So, Presley, you heard Mia's dad, Roger Godwin, there mention something that I think we missed in the first half. Reese actually got called for taking too long on one of her first goal kicks.
That is correct, but it's not a goal kick; it's a kick-in.
I'm sorry, kick-in. That's what I meant. You know me. It's not baseball or football. I'm still a little limited with the language. So, as we start the second half, 6-0, you are still in the lead and going the other direction now. And looks like Reese is playing defense. She's number 35. You want to tell us who everybody else is?
Muriel is number 10. Kaylee is number 7. I am number 3, as in Presley. Mia is number 14. And Katie is...
I believe number 6, maybe?
I'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Okay, so as we mentioned now, we've switched sides. And you also switch benches, which I find kind of interesting.
I don't know why, but we do.
I guess maybe it's just so that you can be more on your team side. Maybe it actually makes a little bit of a difference to be right across from where your team sets up.
Yes, and during goal kicks, Anna can't actually kick the ball, so she has to throw it.
Yes, we will see a slight mistake on that here a little bit. Mia's got the ball. She tries to get around the defender, but can't. They intercept it, but Kaylee comes over and walks the ball out of bounds like a dog. Kick in. A legal kick in there. And the ball goes out of bounds again. And take a little time to set up. Here we go.
During futsal, you can have your feet outside the court, but the ball can't be. So I sometimes try to do that, but it doesn't really work very well. So
I noticed that at some point during this game as well, where somebody, it may have been Muriel at some point on the side, her body was out of bounds, but the ball was in bounds. And is that also legal in outdoor soccer, though?
I do not think so, but I haven't seen anybody try it.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure either. A lot less likely for it to happen in outdoor soccer because there's so much room to keep your body on the field of play. Another corner kick. Corner kicks are weird. That. And it goes, oh, nope, didn't go out of bounds. Okay.
She was stepping out of bounds and
that's true, and the ball was in. That's true. But whether or not the ref saw it, I don't know. There's Kaylee, and boom, another one right into the corner.
Kaylee's first goal of the match.
That's a great point. That is a great point. So 3 for Muriel, 2 for Presley, 1 for Mia, and 1 for Kaylee. Not counting any assists. Those are the goal totals so far. Again, ooh. Somebody help her. I believe that was Mr. Soccer Boss, Coach Soccer Boss. Possibly. Coach Soccer Boss got a little more vocal in the second half.
Cannot quite see Katie's number yet.
You know, I might have called her Reese earlier, but I think her number is 6. Meaning Katie. Presley kicks the ball back to Muriel. Muriel trying to take it through the middle. That was actually a pretty good play by Legacy. It's points like that where they were giving up lots of opportunities, but that particular number 12 did a good job of getting the ball out of there. Here comes Reese, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it must have been off of Legacy.
Reese does not usually play forward, so it's kind of new to her, but she's pretty good at it.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that. She plays a lot of defense on outdoor. Oh, but I noticed she was playing some offense the other day during this game. Oh, Katie's number 8. Boy, I was wrong. She is number 8.
It was between 6 and 8, some round number.
Yes, Katie, for those of you that are not regulars, is a regular defender and does a fantastic job on the bigger field especially, although she does it here on the smaller field as well, the smaller court, basically running down the ball and any player that gets by her. I would say she has long strides and is able to catch up with just about anybody.
She has definitely improved since the beginning of the year. She would not take one touch when she would get the ball, but now she takes one touch if she has to.
That's a great point. I think I've noticed that as well. Pass to Kaylee, and unfortunately nobody there. That's one of the things about this. There's not enough players to have everybody somewhere. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
It is corner.
Yeah, she tried to kick it out front to you, but unfortunately, ball went through the middle. And now, are there any legalities of where you can stand for corner kicks? You can be anywhere, right?
Yeah. But when you kick it in, it has to be on the corner or near the corner on the line.
Right, because the corner is so narrow. Another stop by Anna, nothing difficult there. Kaylee passes it across the middle to Presley, but no, and Reese was there too. But look at this. That was an easy goal for Kaylee.
Goal number 2 for Kaylee.
Yes, and another one in the corner. Another nice shot. Kick it where they ain't. 8-0 with, I couldn't quite see what that time was. I think about 18 minutes. Oh. And a little bit of a trip there. Not a big deal. I don't think it was on purpose.
This goal was an accident.
Yeah, can you tell me what happened there?
We didn't form a wall yet, and I didn't know they could kick it without the whistle being blown, so we didn't form a wall. And Kaylee accidentally deflected it. She was trying to stop it, but it's okay.
That's good information. I love hearing this stuff because we don't know these things when we're watching it in the stands. There's Mia with a great opportunity. Oh, but couldn't quite get around on it. Good information there. So it's 8-1 right now with an oops goal. Boop. Muriel kicks it over the top.
It doesn't count because the ball has to be outside of the goalie box, which is the blue line. So it wouldn't have counted if she scored it anyways.
Okay, wait a minute. I did not know that. Now you're telling me that your shots cannot be a score if you're inside the blue line?
When the goalie throws it in, it has to be out of their goalie box. This is the same thing in outdoor soccer too.
That's good information. I'm sure. Whoa! Good stop by Anna. I'm sure most soccer fans know this kind of stuff, but your old dad here gets a little confused sometimes. So that was good information to know. I know what you're talking about now. Coach Soccer Boss getting a little upset again, and I got to tell you, in a way, I kind of feel bad for him because I've been there as a coach. I know what it's like to get your butt kicked, whether you're the coach or you're the players. And at this point, I think the soccer bosses, as you've kind of mentioned, they start to kind of shut down.
At one point, a girl had her hands together and just standing there, not really going to the ball.
Anna crawls out in front of it and tries to stop it, but it gets by her, and no goal. Oh, was that still in play?
No, it wasn't. Muriel was just passing the ball to her for a
throw-in.
Yes.
Okay.
And her dad was mad at her for that play.
Gotcha. Well, it didn't result into anything bad, so that's good. A couple of good moves there by Legacy to at least not let Kaylee take the ball up on him there in the corner, on the side. Kick across the middle, and again stopped by Legacy, but Reese gets there, kicks it out front, but a little bit too far. That's another example of what you were talking about earlier of trying to put the ball out front of somebody. There's just not enough room to do that most of the time, but it's still kind of ingrained in you to want to do that as soccer players, I'm sure.
Katie and I are about to go in. I think I'm going in for Muriel, and she's going in for Reese.
Reese is playing defense right now. Is that right?
Yep.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Anna, and you guys do come in now, so it'll be...
I actually went in for Kaylee.
Gotcha. So it's Muriel, Mia, Presley, and Katie on the court with Anna. So hard to see with these colors look exactly the same. Great stops by Anna. Those were great, and a great way to get the ball back out to you. And across the middle, but once again, like I said, out front, but not enough room.
I don't know if you saw, but the ball hit me then, and it actually hurts pretty bad, but you kind of jump up, and it kind of zooms past you, so you don't know where it goes because you're kind of scared.
Where did it hit you?
Like right in the stomach area, like right stomach.
Well, you're a Carl. You got a thick one, so you don't need to worry about it. Another great stop. Anna getting her work in a little bit more in this half, at least.
In outdoor soccer, I kind of feel that Anna calls for the ball more, but in futsal, she's kind of like, okay, let them take the ball because they have more of a chance to score.
That's good. That's a good another good point about strategy, and that makes a lot of sense. It's a different game in a lot of regards. I'm just glad I keep remembering to hit record on this, because I'd be disappointed if we did like 10 minutes and I realized I hadn't hit record. Oh, and there's another goal. That was Mia. That was her second.
Correct.
Is this the same goalie that was in the first half for them?
No, it is a different one.
That's good to note, because I didn't really notice for sure while we were watching the game, so this is good to note. New goalie and one of the players that was playing on the court earlier.
Corner kick, Muriel's going to take it.
Okay. And you see the score and the time left.
12 minutes left.
Kicks it out front and up top to you, but you kind of got worked over there a little bit. Oh, you come right back. That's why you follow the ball. That's good. So you kind of pointed there. Did you see that?
Yes.
Every once in a while. Well, notice they're bunching up there, right there. The Legacy was.
Yes, their coach always yells at them to spread out.
Well, it's pretty important in soccer, definitely. Oop, that was a great opportunity. He just didn't get there.
Corner for United.
Yep. I'm trying to. Oop, comes out fast. So to clarify something that you said earlier during that free kick that actually gave up that goal to the soccer bosses, he does not have to blow the whistle. They do not have to wait. Is that correct?
That is correct. You can just kick the ball.
Did you find that out after the fact when you went to the bench, or did you? Oh, great try there.
I found that out actually in another free kick by the soccer bosses, but I forgot about that during that time, so I didn't exactly remember.
Okay, but now that's a lesson learned. You will never let that happen again. They can't see you nod. There's Kaylee, passes it right across the middle, and then there's a goal for Reese. Look what she found. How about that? That's her first one of the day.
Still has not taken her ponytail out. Does not like to wear ponytails.
By the way, at this point, I believe they have stopped keeping score. They stopped keeping score for a brief moment. I believe it's 9 now, maybe 10 at this point. I'm really confused.
I think it is 10.
Yeah, they stopped keeping score, but then they start doing it again here soon.
They move it up to 10, and then they stop again.
Very strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if the person at the table actually works there or if he's just a dad.
I believe he's just a dad because Brooke Huckleberry's dad did it. Jason did it for you on the previous game that we were at. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't think they get paid. They should, especially since they pay for all the other stuff so their kid can play. We should get paid.
Because I didn't know, because you know how Leo does it.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Leo does the table work at the arena sometimes.
Oh, well, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, because he works there.
Well, exactly. When it comes to kids and youth sports, it's a different story. Same thing with your basketball games. Nobody gets paid to do that. That's why there's so many mistakes. Actually, there probably would be more mistakes if they were getting paid. That's just the way of the world. There's a kick, and look at that. That went in.
Yes.
Is that your hat trick now?
Yes. I have another goal that is coming up, and it should be on the right side where Kaylee is.
So that one we just saw was your third. Now believe you and Muriel both have 3. Is that right?
I think Muriel has 4 or she has 3. It's either one.
I did a bad job of keeping track here, but we'll get you the totals a little bit later.
We're going to have Ebonics become a new language.
Here I thought that was all
we've been teaching.
Wow.
Doug embraced it, so he could call himself a multi-language.
Slowly taking, as you can tell, they're taking their time on the kick-ins. We'll fight for the ball by Kaylee. And then we'll take the ball and find somebody to throw it to.
Came up with a parody
Oop, right through Reese
Christmas time, and you could
to their goalie. The ball goes up and down the court so much faster. It's so small.
Quickly learn a new language over the Christmas break. And they gave examples. It was really funny.
I wonder if that's available on Amazon because I might want to buy
Almost a
that.
stoppage of play. It was a foul there, I guess, huh? I don't know.
Reese dramatically fell.
Oh, I missed that.
That's right.
It wasn't as dramatic as sometimes.
Do you guys tease her about that?
No.
Well, you are now.
Whoops. But I think her parents know it, so.
We had a really good time during that tournament that United didn't really play so well in this fall when you were hanging out. We were hanging out with half your team. Who was all with us? It was Muriel. No, Muriel wasn't with us. I'm sorry. Muriel wasn't playing that day.
Kinley, Kaylee, Gabby, Anna, me, and there's one more.
Reese.
Yeah, Reese.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing that up. Yeah. Kinley and Gabby not here today for the futsal game. So there's Muriel down in the corner trying to keep the ball in. Kicks it right across, and wow, look at that.
It's either her 4th or 5th. I don't know.
That was, again, not a difficult goal. I mean, the goals are very small compared to regular soccer goals.
In the last 5 minutes is when the soccer bosses started to give up.
Yeah, we'll be seeing that here shortly. I think one of the things, too, I can't speak for anybody playing goaltender, but I don't know that it's that fun to go to the ground to stop a ball. I mean, that's one of the reasons why keeping the ball on the ground is maybe a good idea.
Well, last game I played, Brooke had knee pads so she could slide on the ground, so it was probably more easy for her.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job. That was a tough loss, but you're right. I was talking to her. Her mom mentioned that, too, that she was wearing knee pads, and she was sliding on her knees all over the place, and it really did a good job with it. So, yeah, we had a little mishap there. The camera turned itself off, but Reese went down. Was that her 3rd fall, if you're keeping track at home?
Yes, it is her 3rd.
While watching the game, I thought it was her 2nd, but 3 is actually a pretty low number for her, so we're impressed that she was able to stay on her feet today.
Usually in the beginning,
Oh, my goodness. Another goal for Presley. Was that your right foot?
yes, that was my right foot.
I'm sorry, you were about to say something else?
Usually on the court, it's very slippery, but once you start running a bit, it gets less slippery.
I can imagine that you get used to it, your shoes get used to it, probably picks up anything that's out there and probably helps you stick a little bit better. But I can imagine it does seem slippery at times.
I don't know if it's just me, but usually in the beginning of the game, one of my feet start to hurt, and it hurts until I start getting used to it. So,
And
yeah.
that probably happens is from being on the hard surface, I'm betting. Stopped by the goalie there. Presley intercepts the pass. Gets bumped over a little bit. Boy, you kind of let her run you right over there, buddy. You don't have anything to say about that. Throw in by Anna. Off Alliance and out of bounds.
Alliance?
Did I say Legacy? I beg your pardon. Legacy. All these names, they confuse me. There's Presley. Open net. And another. That's your 5th.
Oh, I thought I only had 4. I had 5.
That one with your left foot. How about that? 10-1, and that's not the official score. I believe it's at least 12 or 13-1 right now. About 4 minutes left to go in the game.
I believe it is 12.
And this is where the soccer bosses use their another timeout. I'm going to guess you get one per half. Do you know?
No, I do not know because we haven't used any.
Yeah, I understand that. I was sitting here watching Coach Jacob talking to you.
You gotta call Jay the contractor.
Taking a look around the stands here.
Checking the crowd. Anybody doing the wave or?
How about that? Excited fans today.
Like 15 of them.
Yeah, few more. I'm guessing that the soccer bosses' parents are sitting further down there.
Yes, at the end of the game they were cheering, but I didn't know why.
Well, maybe they were trying their best to encourage their players. Like I said, it's difficult sometimes when you know a team that just kind of is getting rolled, and I mean, you've been there before. It's hard to play games like that sometimes, or a lot of times. Doesn't matter what sport it is. Muriel intercepts the pass, but Legacy comes back over. Muriel puts two hands on the player's chest and says, "Excuse me, give me the ball back."
She knew that was a foul.
And that was called, right? Yeah, that was okay. There we go. That's what I thought. Katie intercepts the pass, but unfortunately kicks it out of bounds. We call those in indoor soccer with the Comets restarts. That'd be a way to call it. Now, well, you don't really have inbound, so that'd be about the same thing as a restart, only it's on the sideline, I would guess.
I think that is right.
Go. Oh, and I think that was off Presley. Yep. Oop. We have a dog joining us in the booth. Last few minutes of this game. Katie with the restart. Kicks it to Kaylee, who keeps the ball in. Tries to pass it. Oh. And the goalie plays it, but unfortunately, whoa, and Kaylee goes down after she scores. That's another goal.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, that was a nice play. I mean, you got to give the goalie credit. She came out, she tried to do something, but unfortunately she left the net empty there, and that caused another goal. It's a perfect example of having everybody in the right place at the right time for you.
I don't know if you just saw that, but 56 for Legacy. She kind of just stood there and let Kaylee take the ball from her.
Good point. I did miss that. Ooh, and great opportunity there, too. Two players out front. Ball goes out. Kaylee will restart it, I think. Is she going to let...
During this time, the ref said that she tipped it with her toe, which was not correct.
Gotcha. I think we may have been talking about that in the stands as well. You saw Kaylee give her parents a look there. Something was said. And it brings the ball up. And that right there, do you think that was just she forgot that she was playing indoor?
No, I think she didn't know that she couldn't kick it, so she did.
All right, fair enough. Honest mistake either way. So the nice thing about it is he lets her redo it. There we go. Legacy has the ball. Yeah, unfortunately for Legacy, it was just a rough morning and just not a whole lot of opportunities for them to score.
There is two soccer bosses team in this futsal league, and we played the one that's supposed to be worse, so the B team, and we beat them like 20-0. And then this is supposed to be the A team, the better team, but we still beat them.
Well, you know, sometimes you just have a bad day. You never know what could happen if you played them next week.
Our B team lost to them 5-3, or it was 4-3.
Okay, that's good to note. Your B team, Elite, lost to this team 4 or 5-3, you said?
That is correct.
Well, that would have been a good game. Here comes Anna with the throw-in. She only has 4. Boy, she just got rid of that in time, I think. Oh, That was another opportunity. Reese threw her body, kind of pushed that girl out of the way as the ball went to Anna. Out front, and Muriel gets a quick one.
5th or 6th.
Wow. That's a pretty easy one. And what happened there?
Game
Is that
is
the game?
over.
That was the game. Okay. At the last minute.
Right now, I don't know if you can see, but my shoes are off when I get in line.
Yes, you were in stocking feet there. That is true. Presley, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Good luck next game,
Thank you.
and good night.
I live here.